What is up, my friends? Welcome back to the Jameson Brandon channel, where we talk about all things money. Today, let's catch up on some data points for credit standards and savings. So it would appear that the honeymoon aspect or part of this endless money printing has officially ended, and people are right back down to no savings, nothing for an emergency. I mean, they're not even following Dave Ramsey's strategy of having $5,000 of backup money sitting aside anymore, are they? Because we are below $2,000, which is like really pretty much anything that goes wrong with your car with these inflated prices. You go without one paycheck, groceries, mortgage payments. It's not very much. So let's look at credit standards here. So credit standards are pretty much at the lowest they've ever been. So keep in mind that we've got the 2008 crisis in here. We've got the little debacle that we had in 2013. There's the 2008. There's the spike there, which standards got really, really tight after the great financial crisis of whatever you want to call it. 06, 07, 08, 09, who cares? It started in 06, realistically, okay? And you see, it's like timeline-wise, history doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes, as they say. And here we go. We've got this huge dip in standards, which we had a huge dip in standards here, which led to a spike. So we're about to, from the looks of it, do maybe something like this or something shorter and go back up in terms of tightening of standards, right? We got the 90s in there. There's some interesting things that happened in 93. I think there was something that happened in 93, 94. So there's a lot of history on this chart that I think it's really easy to forget. Right now, we're at the loosest standards we've ever seen, but yet we've tacked on $30,000 of inflation on the average new home build. Used cars are through the roof. Used houses are through the roof. We've got a buying frenzy going on everywhere. We've had 10 plus companies now announce that they're going to be jacking up their prices because they have to. We have shipping container rates at an all-time high. Let's just check in on freight rates for a second. Freight rates are at an all-time high right now. Numbers we've never seen in 30 plus years. And we have this divergence that's happened. If you look at the chart on screen now, is the divergence between deposits and loans has never been this great. The divide between the two has never been this great. So deposits keep going up, and they're going up because, the bank balance sheets aren't audited the way that you would think. And so a lot of this backdoor money that's coming from Fed repo markets and the bailout money is also on those balance sheets, which is why deposits keep going up. Believe me when I say that that's not because, all of a sudden everyone is rich and they're massively depositing their money. They're not. And loans have pretty much stayed flat. So this divergence is very telling of where we're at right now. Loan demand itself hasn't really started to surge, but savings are down. And so what's going to happen next we should see demand actually start to surge. So this is very interesting if you've watched some of our other recent videos, we talk about the fact that there was a 50% increase into equities in just 1 month. We see clearly what's going on right now is that everyone's taking the stimmy money and their savings and they're dumping it into the legacy markets and crypto because they can't get any yield. They can't outrun this inflation, which is what your average person is really trying to do. Your average person, their job should be to just try and outrun inflation as best as possible. Okay, their first job. And so a lot of people are trying to do that. And so they're trying to go to a much riskier means to chase yield. And unfortunately, what I think is going to happen is when that rug pull eventually does happen, it's going to be disastrous for a lot of households. Like if you thought it was bad before with the small businesses going down and COVID, I think it's going to be much worse when finally the mean reversion happens on the markets. And because what's going to continue to happen here is loan demand is going to continue to go up because standards are low. So now people are going to tap into that cheap money. And we're going to continue to see more and more just piled into options and derivatives and, stock market. And then when that mean reversion does eventually happen, like I've said in the past, most people don't sell in time, especially if this is their first time in the markets, first time in a bull market, first time making money in a bull market. People tend to not sell. I don't know why. It's just how it is. It could lead to some very, very interesting things this winter. We've got a lot of things kind of coming to a head at once. So anyways, there's your update, real quick and sweet on loan demand and credit card standards. Go ahead and comment below if you got something to say. If you like this sort of thing and you're brand new to the channel, subscribe, hit the bell notification. You'll get more notifications when we upload, which is great, right? And be on the lookout, more videos coming soon. See ya.